Hello, I'm Italo Zanzi, Deputy General Secretary of Concacaf, and welcome to the Concacaf Champions League Group Stage Draw. I'm pleased to be joined once again by Concacaf's Pamela Galvis. The pairings for the preliminary round have already been determined. The winners of those 8 matchups will advance to the group stage, where they will join the 8 seeded teams. These 16 teams and pairings will be drawn into 4 groups. Each group has 4 spots. Before we start the group stage draw, let's review some ground rules. First, teams from the same country will be kept apart, meaning that the draw cannot produce a result where, for example, 2 Mexican teams find themselves in the same group. Each group will consist of 1 seeded team from either the United States or Mexico, 1 seeded team from Central America, and 2 preliminary round team pairings. We will first be drawing the 2 seeded teams, 1 from North America and 1 from Central America, into each group, A, then B, C, and D. The North American seeds are Mexico 1, Atlanta FC, Mexico 2, Club Santos Laguna, USA 1, Houston Dynamo, USA 2, DC United. And the seeds from Central America are Costa Rica 1, Deportivo Saprissa, El Salvador 1, Luis Angel Firpo, Guatemala 1, the winner of a playoff between Municipal and Deportivo Jalapa, and Honduras 1, the winner of a playoff between CD Olimpia and CD Marathon. Now let's begin the draw, starting with Group A. First, we will select the North American seed. Pamela, please draw a ball from pot 1. USA 2 DC United will be in Group A. Now let's see which Central American seed will join them in Group A. Pamela, please pick a ball from pot 2. Costa Rica 1, Deportivo Saprissa joins DC United in Group A. Now we will repeat this process for Groups B, C, and D. We will now select the 2 seeds for Group B. First, Pamela from the North American pot. The North American team in Group B will be USA 1, the Houston Dynamo. And we'll now see which Central American team will join Houston. In Group B will be Salvador 1, Luis Angel Firpo. Now moving on to Group C. Pamela, if you could select the ball from the North American pot. The North American team in Group C will be Mexico 1, Atlante. And let's see who'll join them from Central America in Group C. Honduras 1, the winner of a playoff between Olimpia and Marathon. And finally, for Group D, Pamela, if you could remove the ball from the North American pot. Mexico 2, Santos Laguna. And joining them from Central America, Pamela, if you could remove the remaining ball. Guatemala 1, the winner of a playoff between Municipal and Jalapa. The draw for the seeded teams is now complete. With the seeded teams now drawn into their respective groups, let's see how the groups are lining up so far. We will now conclude the group stage draw by drawing the pairings from the preliminary round, always being mindful that teams from the same country may not be drawn to play together in the group stage. First, we will determine the groups for the pairings that include Mexican teams. Then, we will determine the groups for the pairings that include teams from the United States. We will then determine the groups for the 4 remaining pairings, at which point the draw for the group stage will be complete. We start with the two pairings containing Mexican teams. Those pairings are Mexico's Cruz Azul against Hankook Verdes of Belize, and Harborview of Jamaica versus Pumas Unam of Mexico. These pairings can only be drawn into Group A or Group B, since the other groups already contain a Mexican team. Pamela, please select a ball from the team's pot. The winner of Mexico 4, Cruz Azul versus Belize 1, Hankook Verdes. Now let's determine which group they will be in. Pamela, please select the ball from the group's pot. Group A. The winner of this pairing will be in Group A. Pamela, please take the following ball from the team's pot. CFU 1, Harborview FC versus Mexico 3, Pumas Unam. And Pamela, please remove the last ball from the group spot. Group B. So that confirms the winner of this pairing will be in Group B. Now we move on to the pairings containing teams from the United States. Pamela, please insert the balls representing the pairings with U.S. teams into the team's pot. These are Joe Public of Trinidad and Tobago against the New England Revolution, and Tauro FC of Panama against Chivas USA. These pairings can only be drawn into Group C or Group D, since the other groups already contain teams from the United States. Pamela, please place a ball for Group C and a ball for Group D in the group pot. And now please select the ball from the team's pot. The pairing drawn is Panama 2, Tauro FC versus USA 4, Chivas USA. Pamela, please select the ball from the group's pot. Group D. So this pairing will play in Group D. Pamela, please take the final ball from the team's pot. And here is the pairing between CFU 2, Joe Public from Trinidad and Tobago, and USA 3, the New England Revolution. And Pamela, please remove the last ball from the group's pot. This confirms that this pairing will play in Group C. Next, we will draw the groups for each of the 4 remaining preliminary round pairings. First is the matchup between Guatemala 2, either Municipal or Deportivo Jalapa, and Panama 1, San Francisco FC. This pairing can only be drawn into groups A, B, or C because there's already a Guatemalan team and a Panamanian team in Group D. Pamela, please place a ball for Group A, Group B, and Group C into the group's pot and mix them around. Now, please draw one of these balls to determine which group this pairing will be placed in. Group B. The winner of Guatemala 2, Municipal or Jalapa against Panama 1, San Francisco FC, will be in Group B. And to demonstrate that the other balls contain the names of the other groups, Pamela, let's also draw those balls. Group A, final ball. Group C. The next pairing we will determine is the winner of El Salvador 2, Isidro Metapan, against Honduras 2, either Olympia or Marathon. Because Group B is now full, and Group C already contains a Honduran team, this pairing may only be drawn into Group A or Group D. Pamela, please place a ball from Group A and Group D into the groups pot and mix them around. Now, please draw one of those balls to determine which group this pairing will be placed in. The winner of this preliminary round pairing between Isidore Metapan, El Salvador II, and either Olympia or Marathon will be in Group A. And to demonstrate that the other ball contained the name of the other group, Pamela, let's draw that ball. Group D. Next, we'll determine the group for the winner of Costa Rica 2, Alajuela, and the Caribbean Team 3, the Puerto Rico Islanders. Because Groups A and Group B are now complete, this pairing may only be drawn into Group C or Group D. Pamela, please place balls from Group C and D into the groups pot and mix them around. Now, please draw one of these balls to determine which group this pairing will be placed in. The winner of this preliminary round pairing will be in Group D. And to demonstrate that the other ball contains the name of the other group, Pamela, let's draw that ball. That ball was Group C. Our final pairing is Canada 1, the Canadian champion to be determined, against Nicaragua 1, Real Esteli, or another team to be determined. This pairing will automatically go into Group C because it is the only remaining available slot. This confirms that the winner of Canada 1 versus Nicaragua 1 will play in Group C. This brings to an end the group stage draw for the first ever Concacaf Champions League. To summarize, here are our groups. In Group A, DC United, Saprissa, Cruz Azul or Hankook Verdes, and finally, Isidro Metapan or Olympia or Marathon. In Group B, the Houston Dynamo, Luis Angel Firpo, Harborview or Pumas Unam, and finally, Municipal of Jalapa or San Francisco. Group C, Atlante, Olympia or Marathon, Joe Public or the New England Revolution, and finally, the Canadian or Nicaraguan team. In Group D, Santos Laguna, Municipal of Jalapa, Tauro or Chivas USA, and finally, Alajuela or the Puerto Rico Islanders. Group play runs from September 16, 2008 through October 30, 2008. The top two teams from each group will advance to the competition's final phase, the championship round. The draw for the championship round will take place once the group stage has concluded. Thank you very much for joining us today. And now let's take a look at the schedule for the 2008-2009 Concacaf Champions League. This is the schedule for the first leg of the preliminary round to be played between August 26 and August 28. This is the schedule for the second leg of the preliminary round to be played between September 2nd and September 4th. Here is the schedule of matches for the first week of the group stage, to be played between September 16 and September 18. This is the schedule for the second week of the group stage, to be played between September 23rd and September 25th. Here is the schedule of matches for the third week of the group stage, to be played between September 30th and October 2nd. This is the schedule for the fourth week of the group stage, to be played between October 7th and October 9th. Here is the schedule of matches for the fifth week of the group stage, to be played between October 21st and October 23rd. This is the schedule of matches to conclude the group stage. Games will be played between October 28th and October 30th.